Terminology relating to narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder has been developed by psychologists and therapists over decades of research as well as by survivors of the narcissistic abuse, seeking a vocabulary to understand and talk about their experience. This list is not meant to be exhaustive but rather an overview of some of the most useful terms for understanding the pathology of narcissism and its impact on relationships and families. Hey there, আমি একজন ভারতীয় বাঙালি লার্নার। রিসেন্টলি নার্সিসিজম অ্যান্ড ইটস ইম্প্যাক্ট নিয়ে একটু চর্চা করছি। টুডেজ টপিক এ গ্লসারি অফ টার্মস ফর আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং দ্য ম্যাডনেস। Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance occurs when one holds two or more contradictory beliefs or values at the same time. Sometimes people hold very strong beliefs, and when they are presented with evidence which opposes those beliefs, they find it impossible to accept evidence to the contrary. The narcissist's externalized, manufactured identity is built on lies and denial, and he or she expects their partners or family members to accept his or her version of the truth. What this means for the partner and children is that they find themselves in opposite land where they are told, usually through a range of manipulative tactics, that reality is different from or even the opposite of what they feel and perceive. This feature of narcissism can be very disorienting and causes a great deal of conflict in others. Particularly in young children, cognitive dissonance is extremely traumatic, leading to self-doubt and disassociation. Gaslighting, a form of manipulation that seeks to sow seeds of doubt in a targeted individual or members of a group, hoping to make targets question their own memory, perception, and sanity. Using persistent denial, misdirection, contradiction, and lying, narcissists attempt to destabilize the target and delegitimize the target's belief. Instances may range from the denial by an abuser that previously abusive incident ever occurred up to the staging of bizarre events by the abuser with the intention of disorienting the victim. The term owes its origin to a 1938 play Gaslight and its 1944 film adaptation. It has been used in clinical and research literature as well as political commentary. Enabler. An enabler is someone who by their action or inaction encourage or enable a pattern of behavior to continue or remove consequences of bad behavior by sacrificing their own or other family members' need in a misguided attempt to keep the peace. Enablers normalize and even perpetuate the narcissist's grandiose persona, extreme sense of entitlement, faulty attitude, and bad behavior toward others by absorbing the abuse and acting as an apologist for it. Enablers are always avoiding conflict and attack, while often also seeking rewards such as affection, praise, power, gifts, or money. Enablers may be under the delusion that they are only ones who can truly understand the narcissist and oftentimes sacrifice or scapegoat their children to placate the narcissist. Projection. Projection is attributing one's own feelings, actions, or traits onto someone else. Projection is a compulsive aspect of narcissism. A narcissist is an expert of projecting their own character flaws or bad behavior onto others. They will not hold themselves accountable for any wrongdoing and will blame others for the very thing that they do themselves. If they lie, you are the liar. If they childish, you are the immature. If they insult you, you are critical. If they demand reassurance, you are insecure. Projecting is especially traumatic for children who internalize the belief that they are like their abuser, hurting the person who is actually abusing them. Narcissists project both consciously or unconsciously. Narcissistic supply. A narcissist is lost without narcissistic supply. They need supply like a plant needs water. Narcissistic supply consists of attention, admiration, respect, adulation, and even fear. Without these vital nutrients of life, the narcissist will become dysfunctional. They get their narcissistic supply either by idealizing and emulating others or by devaluing and asserting their superiority over others. Anyone they can manipulate, a partner, child, friend, or colleague, is a potential source of supply. If a source of supply pulls away, they may attempt to hoover them back or look for other sources. Triangulation. Narcissists thrive on chaos. They provoke rivalry and jealousy between people, creating triangles in order to boost their own ego. Triangulation is when a toxic or manipulative person brings a third person into their relationship in order to remain in control. There will be limited or no communication between two triangulated individuals except through the manipulator. It may appear in different forms, but all are about divide and conquer or playing people against each other. It's a highly effective strategy to gain an advantage over perceived rivals by manipulating them into conflicts with one another. This is the inability to see that most people have a mix of good and bad qualities and seeing things as black or white only. Emotional vampire. An energy vampire is somebody who literally zaps your energy dry. They leave you feeling drained after every interaction. They want your non-stop attention and the interaction is always about them. They may be charming, charismatic, and life of the party personality. They also may cheat. They may lie and it's probably someone else's fault when something goes wrong. Narcissists are essentially emotional drainers. Narcissists are exhausting because they will drain the energy out of everyone they meet. They will cause unnecessary drama with friends, family, or lovers in order to get what they need attention. They often suffer from low self esteem and will seem the victim and needy so that others will give them what they need. Smear campaign. A smear campaign is the systematic spread of a mass of lies or deceptive information in order to render somebody unreliable, disgraced, and consequently isolate them. Narcissists and other emotional manipulators are often unlikely to walk out of your life quietly and without trouble, whether they are leaving you on their own free will or it's you trying to set boundaries between yourself and them. It is possible that the narcissist will try to humiliate you by spreading unimaginable lies or misleading information about you as a result of a possible separation, thus damaging your reputation. While it is possible for the narcissist to spread false rumors about you during the relationship, the smear campaign gains speed and aggression during and after the separation. Here I presented you 8 terms for understanding the madness about narcissism. Keep loving and keep supporting so I can come up with more. The fact is that narcissism is hard to diagnose. There are no medical tests to identify it, so psychologists consider an amalgam of signs and symptoms that alone might be perfectly healthy traits. And you taking the time to learn about narcissism and its impact, you have empowering yourself. Once you know, you can grow. Acknowledging the effect of being in a relationship that was narcissistic is the first step to healing from the one. Take care. Love from Bengal.